Yeah, I've already been doing a lot in the background.
Nice. Has Sabrina been able to get you pretty set up?
I think we're pretty much good. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. I meant to check on that this morning, but awesome. All right. So we're going to actually jump past this just for a second, but we will have you go through like our product information, just understanding who our ideal client is, who our ideal niche is, who we speak to, why we speak to them. And then you will also, like I said, have access to the course materials. And we will have that be part of our onboarding, is going through those modules and going through the curriculum. Because the more you understand about what we teach, the easier it's going to be for you to sell. However, and Joey will kind of know this, we are completely changing our course curriculum right now. We were supposed to launch June 1st, but we're definitely going to be rolling out everything next week. So I'm going to have you hold off on going through the course material until it's completely redone, because I think it would be foolish to like start on our current course, have it change in a week, and then start over. So I'm going to be hold
Okay.
off on one of our programs because it is going to be changing next week, which is awesome.
Just
So,
out of
You'll
curiosity,
have
why is it changing? Like, what's changing?
yeah, so we update our courses a lot, very often, just to have the most updated information, just to have the newest like technology. We're adding a lot of like AI into our curriculum. So chat basically I would say we like to do it every year, but we've redone our course 3 times in the last like 12 months. So we just like to be the most up-to-date business coaching program out there, 100%. So
Awesome.
happen. All right, expectations. So what we're going to look for in the first 90 days, and can you all see this okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So what we are looking for in the first, 90 days is really an embodiment of the tenets. And I know I put a heavy emphasis on that in our interview, but just truth first, act first, mission first, and just really kind of growing into those tenets and focusing on growth and results. That doesn't mean tomorrow you're going to be starting out batting 100% closing rate, but it means that you are open to growing, you're open to learning, you're trying to develop your skill through through us. KPIs are 70% show rate, 35% close, and 35% collected. Those are the 3 that we really look at. Show is going to be a combination of our efforts as well as the DM efforts. So that's going to be a partnership there. DMers are going to make sure that the calls that they're booking are 100% on board for that time. They definitely can make that time. They know what they're getting themselves into when they get on the call. And on our end, it's going to be diligence in, confirming appointments, doing our reach outs on time, making sure we're setting people up for success. Closing rate, 35%. Collected, 35%. Now, I know we talked about these on the interview, but do you have any questions on close and collected?
Yeah, I've got a couple questions. So forgive my ignorance, but what does KPI stand for?
Key performance indicators. So this is just kind of like what we look for to make sure your performance is where it needs to be, or we're hitting what we need to hit. Yep. So we want you to have a 35% closing rate, 35% collected, and then 70% show. Now, collected just means if you sell a $10,000 package, we're collecting $3,500 up front. So 35% of the contracted package amount is collected in that first payment, ideally, or in the first 30 days.
Okay.
Perfect.
Is it my responsibility to follow up with them and get the later payments, or do you have that on the back end?
No. So let's say you are on a call with Joey and you come up with a payment plan, and it's going to be, for example, right now it's $2,500 down and then 5 payments of $1,000 brings us to a $7,500 payment. $2,500 is 35% of $7,500. That's why that's, our ideal down payment. And then you can set up the payments from there. You do not have to be responsible for like collecting payment at future dates. We have that all set up in our payment processors.
But we do set them all up. So we do set up like the recurring payments as well.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So you'll set up the payments, you'll have them sign the contract, but you don't have to actually like go in and process anything. I would say though, if, and this is obviously something we'll get into later, if somebody can do like 20% down, we might try to get that other 15% within the next week or 2 set up so that way you can get your 35% down. But that's something, we'll dive into when we start training in the sales process.
Cool.
Beautiful. So as far as off the call skills, meeting attendance is super important, especially when you're starting out. That we do a lot of objection handling, role play. We watch game film. I know we talked about that. So meeting attendance is very, very important. Doing follow-ups, making sure that those calls that you have that don't close, we're sending them resources. We're following up with them. We're trying to get them back on the books. We're still actively working on closing. If somebody doesn't close, we don't want to just say, well, on to the next. We do want to nurture that lead and make sure we have opportunities to bring them back into close. And then admin work. So admin work is just going to be making sure that you're doing your updates on the tracking sheet, you're sending your EOD, which is your end of day feedback form, which we'll get into, but just making sure you are making detailed notes of what happened on your calls. You're updating the things you need to update on the back end so we know where everybody's at. Questions here?
No.
Beautiful. Cool. So what we expect between your first, call and the first 30 days would be a 40% show rate, To be honest, I know we say 40, 50, 60, 70, but show is going to be pretty consistent across the board. I would not expect you to have a 40% show rate in your first, bit of time. I don't think that really changes unless you're just not sending your confirmations, but KPI minimum of 40% show, 15 to 20% closing rate, 20% collecting. Days, up to day 60, we'd like to be at 50%, 20 to 25 closed, 25% collected. By day 90, we want you at 60% show rate, 25 to 35% closing, 30% collected. And then after that 90 days, we want to be 70% show, 35. So at KPI beyond those 90 days.
Cool.
Beautiful. Joey, anything you want to add to any of the KPI stuff?
No, I think we'll go through all the tracking sheets, and I'll explain on the meeting how it works down with the projections. But no, I think we'll be working on all the different metrics. I think with the payment plan, I know we Jess mentioned about setting up recurring. There will be a minimum down, so you will be incentivized to collect a certain amount up front to get that to get the commission paid out earlier as well. But I don't think there's anything else to add there.
No, I don't think so. Cool. Perfect. All right. So let's go over the mission statement. I know you've seen this, but we're going to do it again because it's a good time here. So our mission statement: we exist to help entrepreneurs reach their full potential by starting and scaling online coaching businesses. If it doesn't do that, improve that, make that better, we don't do it. If it's not going to make our students' experience with us better, probably not on our to-do list. If it's not going to make our business better or our staff experience better, we're not going to do it. So we exist to essentially become the best business coaching business in the space. Company tenets: truth first, act first, mission first. I'm not going to go through each one, but essentially truth first is exactly that. Always speaking your truth. You have a voice, we want to hear it. You have ideas, we want to hear them. You have a challenge or a problem with somebody, we want to hear it. Let's talk about it. Don't hold back. Don't shy away from what you believe. Don't shy away from your thoughts. Everyone's voice matters. Speak. Now, in the opposite, you have to be able to take other people's truths. So if there's feedback coming from a peer or myself or Joey or someone, be open to that. Be open to feedback. Be open to hearing other people's ideas. Be open to hearing other people's truths, because our opinion is one lens, but we need to look in multiple lenses. Beautiful. Act first, be bold, take action, and think outside the box. You have ideas. Let's see it. Let's do it. I think a big example of this is, let's say it's a Saturday night and you're on a late night call and you're like, I don't know what I should do with this person. I'm not sure if I should make this payment plan. Make your best decision. Do it, right? Maybe, I don't know, myself or Joey didn't get back to you in time. Make a decision, act on it, use your best judgment, and we'll learn from it after. If it was the right decision, cool. If it was the wrong decision, that's okay. You took action. We'll learn from it. We'll know for next time. Take action. And then mission first, making decisions for the greater good, even if it's not self-serving. So again, kind of looking at those lenses, we need to look at when we're making decisions, is it best for myself? Is it best for my team? Is it best for the student? Is it best for the business? So we need to look at not just what's going to be the best outcome for me, but what's going to be the best outcome for everyone. And I think I used the example of that too. Mission first, you get booked for a call. Boop, you were supposed to have that, blocked off in your schedule, but you forgot to block it off. You can't take it. We're not going to, cancel that call. We're not going to reschedule that call. We're just going to try to move that call to a different closer at that same time, because it's fair for this, the prospect. They've chosen that. That's just an example I had there, but just going above and beyond, for the team. Beautiful. And I would encourage you to kind of read through and just, we have subtenants of that. Truth first would be, or act first, subtenant would be failure equals opportunity. Even if you make the wrong mistake, it's still great that you took action and tried something. We'll learn from it and know for next time. So I'd still encourage you to read through these, but I'm not going to go through every single one right now. Cool.
Yeah, I went through them.
Another example, like act first, could be like if DM has said, oh, has anyone got this time open, and you open up a slot like super quick and you're quick to respond and you take it. That's a really good example of act first. Because obviously, and especially the leads that are booked quickly, they'll tend to be quite good. Mission first and act first could be like if someone needs cover, if it's like we need more availability opened up and you do that, then obviously that's a really great example of act first, mission first as well. But just generally doing anything that's going to be, serving the team as well.
If we go on vacation, we want to cover each other, right? Joey goes out of town for
help each other out.
Yeah. Yep. We want to open up. Hey, Joey's not going to have that. We're going to lose those availability slots. So let's open up a couple extra each, and then we can cover that volume and not have to worry about calls being booked out too far because of that. Yep. Beautiful. Our current chain of command. So our chain of command in our little circle, not the whole company. You can go to me. I am your sales director. Obviously, I'm probably gonna be one of the first people you go to. Joey as well. So in the chat, Joey pretty much mans the chat. I'm in there. If there's challenges, I want to hear them. I'm gonna be chiming in. I'm gonna be checking on everybody. But it'll be me and Joey will be kind of like your top two to go to with questions. Drew and Jeremy, other closers. Drew's been here a really long time. Jeremy is still relatively new, but he's got a pretty solid grasp on everything. So you can ask anybody for any questions. Specifically with payroll, that'll be Kim and Sabrina. Sabrina's the one that's been getting you onboarded so far. And then any questions about the product or the coaching side of things, that would be Alex. You'll get to know who all these people are. I don't expect you to know them right now. All good. And then Sarah is our lead DMer. So if you have any like DM specific questions, quality questions, if you're like, hey, I can't get this person to respond, can y'all reach out to confirm? Sarah will be your go-to for that. And she kind of runs the DM side of things.
Yeah.
The appointments.
Cool. Kim and Sabrina just generally like are probably going to solve a lot of challenges as well. Like they're sort of like your go-to people for anything tech related, anything admin related. Yeah, definitely you're gonna want to get to know Kimmy and Sabrina.
Kimmy and Sabrina are the glue that hold this team together.
Literally.
The next level.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
They are operations manager and operations assistant. So anything back end, they are your go-tos for sure. Yep.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Now, WhatsApp chat expectations. I saw you get into the team chat. Were you able to get into the other ones? I don't think I saw you in the closers or full sales team yet.
I think I'm in the full sales team, but
Ooh.
I sent Sabrina an email. I'll have to check, but the link to the closers chat just took me to monday.com.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect. So, all right, we'll make sure she gets you that link then. So, essentially how the chats work, the team chat is everybody in the company. So if we need to talk about anything as a whole team, it'll go there. A lot of times we share announcements, wins, exciting news. It's a very like positive, like happy chat, basically. So anything you want to share with the entire company, that's going to be the chat to go to. We have our company announcements chat, which is just as it says, it's announcements. You can't really chat in there. It's more the admins are just telling us things. So in that announcements chat, there'll be like meeting reminders like, hey, full sales team meeting tomorrow on just a Zoom. We'll have, I don't know if Chad is going to be like off the grid filming ads for 4 hours. He'll usually let us know in that announcements chat. So, he's not going to be available. So it's really just like, hey guys, this is what's going on today or this week in the company.
Yeah.
All right. These two are probably the most important. Full sales team and closers. I'm not saying the other two are not important, but these two you'll be the most active in. Our full sales team chat is the closers and the DM team. We are all in there together. We've got VAs, obviously Chad's in there, Pages in there, all that. When you get in there, let me see if you're in there. I don't think I saw you, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm in the full sales team.
Oh, nice. Okay. So
But
have
not
you
the closers.
That's okay. We'll get you in
Yeah,
there.
I've been following all of them. It's kind of like a whirlwind.
Yes. It's a little crazy. We talk a lot for sure. But do you see all the bells that go off in there? Like you see like someone ringing a bell and then changing like that leaderboard?
On which one? The full sales team?
Full sales team. Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I see it. 11203 1RS.
Yes. So Drew, well, let's go back. Let's go to Hannah. So Hannah rang a bell for Gabriel, and she changed the leaderboard to 1 out of 12. The DMers have a goal to book 12 calls a day. So anytime the DMers book a new call, they ring a bell, put the name of the person, and then they change the leaderboard. So the next time someone books a call, they'll put the bell, the name, and then they'll change that to 2 out of 12, and then 3 out of 12, and 4 out of 12. So it just helps us track throughout the day how many brand new calls have been booked. Closers have a goal of 3 closes a day, minimum. So we'll ring a bell.
Each, yeah, no, I'm joking.
Ideally each total though, just minimum 3.
Amazing.
3 for the team.
3 for the team for between all the closers.
Yeah, 3 for the team minimum.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So when you close, you'll ring the bell and then you'll update that to say 1 out of 3 and then 2 out of 3 and then 3 out of 3. So we want to kind of see those bells go off all day. We want to see that energy. That means we're booking calls, we're closing deals, things are good. You'll notice like Drew rang a bell and it said Nick Ehrlich RS. That means it's a rescheduled call. It's not a brand new call, so it's not going to count towards our new call bookings. He got somebody essentially rescheduled to get back on a call, and then he just at the bottom adds 1 reschedule. So we'll have a lot of different ones. Triage, you'll learn that one as well. Hannah booked a triage call. This is a great example because we got a lot of bells going off today. So Hannah booked a triage call for Chelsea Jones. We added that at the bottom. a triage call is not a new booking. Essentially, that's somebody who might be an iffy lead, but we don't know enough about them to really make that decision on if they should get on a full hour-long call. So we do like a pre-call. They ring the bell, they get on a phone call for about 15, 20 minutes with one of our DMers. We go through and just kind of like learn more about them. How serious are they? Are they in a good spot financially? There's a lot of different reasons someone might get triaged or get kind of like a meet and greet call first. But that just means we're going to check and see if this person's a good lead. I was actually DMing this girl last night. I think she's a great lead. She's just struggling financially. So we're probably just digging a little bit deeper to see what she's got going on and if she's going to be able to get resourceful with us. So, yeah, overall, the bells are super important. They're super fun. DMers will change the 12 number and closers will change the 3 number. And then if you reschedule a call, ring the bell, reschedule. Typically, those will be the ones that we use. Resigns, if somebody is up for a resign, that's a current student who might be eligible to extend in their program. That's also not considered a brand new call because they're already in the program. They've already closed. Does that make sense?
Cool. How often do you go past 3 for a day? Like, what if there's 4 or 5 for the day?
Ideally every day, but we're struggling this week. So ideally, I would say we hit standard pretty consistently. Past it, how often would you say, Joey? A couple times a week?
A couple times a week for what, sorry?
For going past standard.
Oh, it happens. It happens probably once or twice. I mean, with call bookings, it happens quite a lot. But you'll find some days you will be below KPI, and then there's been days where we hit like 5, 6 closes in a day. And it's like 6 out of 3, and we're like, holy damn! Like,
wow, 6 out of 3. Out of how many calls? How many calls like per closer? Because there's 4 of us now, right?
It depends. So some days you're gonna have 7 calls. Some days you're gonna have 4. Some days you'll have 3. Some days you'll have 5. It's gonna be different every day. It's gonna depend on your availability. It's also gonna depend on like call booking, right? So I would say an average of 4 to 6 calls per day. We want a 70% show rate. So 3 to 5 show, and then you close all of them. But we want you to close at 35%.
Okay.
But to be honest, and this is an expectation we're setting, 3 a day as a team is 1 close per person. That should be attainable for sure.
So, but if there were 4, so now that, well, I guess once I'm fully trained, would that number go up to 4? Like 4 out of 4? Or it would stay at like 3?
No. So there's 3 between the whole team. There's currently 4 closers.
Yeah.
But one of the closers is leaving at the end of the month. So you'll be taking their position.
Oh, gotcha.
So there'll be 3 still between the 4 of us.
Yeah.
And the 35
Jesse.
as well. Don't expect to get 35 on the first calls. Like you're also going to get them from follow-ups as well. So yeah, don't expect to be closing like literally 1 out of it. If you have 3 calls in a day, you don't close any, don't worry about it. Like we'll still be working on follow-ups and things like that. But
I don't want to set that expectation. We should close.
Yeah. We'll just close all 3. Let's do all 3.
We should close 35%, which would be 1 out of 3 calls or 2 out of 5. At least we'd want to see that consistently.
Yeah.
So okay, I did have more questions about that, but I don't want to hold up the call because I know you have a.
If you want to ask more questions about it, we got an hour.
Okay.
We got 40 minutes.
Okay. Because the sales call is at 12, right? 12 Eastern?
Yeah.
11.
We got 10.
11 CST. Okay.
11, yeah.
So I guess this is, I mean, I want to make sure that I'm staying within the ethics and everything, right? So I was watching the VSLs and I'm just thinking to myself, why wouldn't anybody close? Because they get their money back. So it's really risk-free.
Yes, but it's a big investment. They're spending $7,000. So the biggest objections you're going to see are financial and fear. 100%.
Yeah. So that's where I guess I'm asking about like the ethics, because I mean, obviously I'm going to learn exactly your way of closing everything, but what would be stopping me from basically saying like, listen, I have an obligation to try to help you move on this, or is it more ethical to be like, back off and be like, whatever you want to do?
No, the first.
The first. Okay, so I can do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want no, I won't say that. I don't like the word aggressive. That's not the word I want to look for, but we are supposed to close it. But how you come across is going to be crucial. So you can 100%, like, it's risk-free. If you do what you're supposed to do and you don't make your money, if you don't make 3 times your money, you get a refund on this. And that for the most part is enticing to people, but you also have to consider the challenge that you're going to see is dropping $7,000 in one go is a little, holy fuck. It's a little scary.
I mean, I've personally gone through it myself, so I know what it feels like. But um, okay, so let me ask you this: how far is too far? Like, if you take the personality aggressiveness out of it, how far is pushing too far?
I think that's something you'll learn as you go into and you start practicing and seeing the call recordings. When you start to think that you might be threatening the relationship of this person signing ever, you're going too far. If you think it's
Okay,
better to, like, if this person is clearly upset or clearly like acting
Yeah.
off, body
they probably
language,
just hang up at that point, though, right?
people
Yeah.
will do that, but we don't want to get to that point. There is a balance.
Okay,
And I will say too, the majority of your client calls will be female because our fitness industry is going to be, not the fitness industry, but our client demographic is primarily female. So there's going to be different ways you need to approach that demographic compared to the guys who come on the calls. Guys can be challenged a little bit more. Just, I'm not trying to be sexist by any means, but a lot of times guys will take that challenge a little bit more
Hmm.
appropriately than I would say our female audience would.
okay, yeah,
That makes,
you'll have to. I'm
you'll
sure
see.
you're going to teach me that, right? Okay,
Yeah, Joe, it's more about leadership than anything else as well. Like if you challenge them in the right way with the right intention, it's actually very, very difficult to push them too far, if that makes sense. If you're sensitive to where they're at and you're challenging them from a leadership perspective, it's hard to push them too far unless you're just not almost not paying attention to the fact they're getting uncomfortable and you're pushing further and you're still talking about like the money and trying to get the close. It's almost better to step, look, let's just take moving forward off the table. Why are we here in the first place? What's our strongest reason for wanting to? Are we truly committed to becoming that person? So that's how we want to challenge is, do we want to become this person? How important is it that we do commit to this? What can we do to figure out kind of energy? Does that make sense?
it does. So you have finance programs currently, or they're rolling out soon?
Yeah,
No, we have financial support programs. Yep.
Okay, so if someone actually does finance it out, do you have like a 0% option, or it's like over a period of years?
So it depends on their situation. Again, we'll dive into like the nitty gritty of that stuff, but it depends on like credit score, financial history is going to depend which financial support option they get. So we work with 3 different companies. We work with SweetPay, Fund My Contract, and PayPal Credit. SweetPay is going to be the easiest one. They're going to get approved for that at least on a payment plan. They Fund My Contract a little bit harder. They need a better credit score. So, but that one is a same as cash option. They have a 6 and 12 month same as cash. So if they pay off their balance in 6 months or they pay it off in 12, depending on the package that they pick, they don't pay interest on that. So there is a no interest option. Most of them do have interest because it's taking out a loan.
Okay,
and obviously they've
gotcha.
got the 3x guarantee anyway within the 6 months. So
They line up.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer. I guess
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
No, it
Yeah.
does. And it does. It realistically, logically, it is a no-brainer, but emotionally, it's not. A lot of times
Here.
people are getting on this call and they're like, I really want to coach online. I want to like do
Yeah.
all these things and it's great. And they have all these goals and visions and it's awesome. And this makes sense from a logical perspective. They will not fight you on the logic. It does make sense on
Yep.
paper. The thing you'll have to do is just like
Yeah.
challenge them to step out of their fear and to
Yeah.
step into the opportunity they have in front of them.
They might be terrified of putting themselves out there on social media and terrified of like, what if people judge me? What if I fail? And blah, 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 blah. Even if I get my money back, I'm still, people are still going to judge me, and that's a really strong fear for a lot of people. So there's a lot of other factors. My husband support me with this? There's lots of other factors too. But logically it makes sense. But this is also, we want to challenge them leadership wise on emotionally where they're at as well, because they won't sign on logic. Does that make sense?
It does. So, I mean, also not being sexist here, but like when I was out there closing for my company, if I had like a one leg and it was just the husband, I could push him and be like, you got to make the decisions for your family here. And that was not, I wouldn't say it like that, but I could kind of strong arm it a little bit. But
Yeah.
that's not something I could do with women because every single time I have to talk to my husband. So how often do you get that where they're like, I need to talk to my husband?
You won't have it every single time. I think when we get into the objection handling, you'll learn quickly, and like women will make decisions, but if they're married, it's gonna be harder, right? You can get around that though, but you have to do it efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll learn how to do that.
You'll be good. You'll be fine.
Okay.
There's not really, I would say, if you feel like you're losing the sale or someone's like backing away from you, we're done. Don't push anymore. Give them resources, schedule a follow-up, do what you got to do. Outside of that though, it's going to be how you challenge that person more than what you say. How you say it, not what you say. Yeah.
But they are expecting they obviously know this isn't free, right? So
they are expecting a price. Most people just don't know. I'd say like business coaching is a relatively novel thought to a lot of people. Like when they talk to us, they're like, I didn't even fucking know that you guys had business. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know I could, find a business coach for what I want to do. So it's really kind of more of a novel thought because there's not a ton of business coaches who do what we do specifically.
Yeah.
Online. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
do get the occasional person who's like, well, what do you guys get out of it? Are you going to take a cut of my business? And they just don't understand the concept of you're paying us for mentorship. But it's very, very rare that you'll get people like that. But yeah. Most people
Interesting.
understand. Most people are expecting that we're offering because we're pretty clear on the front end. Like you're going to speak to enrollment specialists, like we'll figure out this is the right fit to move forward on the program type thing. So they should be pretty clued up.
They know that there's going to be a price coming.
Yeah.
So you just don't know what the price is. Yeah.
Okay.
Other aspect of the full sales team would be connecting with the DMers. So making sure that if they book a call, we're hyping them up. Awesome job, Hannah. Love to see it. Great, whatever. If there's ever any challenges with any leads, you can always ask that there too. But usually that's just more of like connecting with them, hyping them up, showing their, our support to that team. Closers chat, any specific closing questions, we'll also go through a lot of like availability lineup updates. So every morning, Joey will send out availability for the day. So he checks everyone's Calendlies and says, hey, Joe, you've got 5 spots open for tomorrow, 3 spots for Saturday or for Sunday, and 2 spots for Monday. What do we have on the books already for Sunday, Monday? Anything less than 3 available spots or 4 available spots, we wanted to kind of check and see how many calls you already have booked. We'll do end of the day reports in the closers chat. We'll talk about booking errors, lineup, all that kind of data type stuff together. So closers chat,
Okay.
Communicating as a team, seeing what's going on in the day, getting the admin type stuff done. Beautiful. Right.
Real quick question on that.
Yes.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, the ads on say Instagram and Facebook are going to like is it like a message ad? And then it goes to like the DMs or like what are the DMers?
So they work all of our social media accounts, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook. We have 2 different IGs. We have 2 different Facebook accounts. We have LinkedIn, TikTok. We have an email list called Active Campaign. We have a lot of different social media platforms. The DMers are using those social media platforms. Ads get sent to our DMs. We also have a specific ads account they work from. So the DMers are your appointment setters. They're working all of our social media. They're doing outbound phone calls for people that come in that way. They're doing emails. They're doing everything. So
WhatsApp community.
Yeah, the WhatsApp community.
So are people booking their own appointment or the DMers are doing it or both?
DMers are booking your appointments. You are not booking appointments. Unless you know people, book them yourself then. If you know coaches who need an online business coach, you could set yourself up for sure. DMers are booking your appointments. You do not.
You'll have appointments booked straight into your calendar. Yeah.
But I mean like the prospects, they're going on, they don't have like a Calendly, they just book an appointment.
No, they don't
Like
have a
on the
calendar.
funnel.
They're just booked into your booking
They're
system.
not booking their own appointments, if that's what you mean. No.
The DMer will find out their information. They'll manually add them in. They'll get booked onto your calendar. They'll get sent the Zoom link.
Yeah.
And then you send your pre-call message. You show up to the Zoom call.
Yeah, we spend about $80K a month on ads. If we had everyone's Calendly links just out on the internet, you guys would never have any good calls. It would be random strangers and creepy people. So they get double beforehand. Yes, they have conversations with the DM team. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Beautiful. All right. So you'll learn too, we're very niche specific. We don't want a bunch of random people on your books. We want good quality coaches who are interested in growing their businesses. Anything outside of that, we don't want it. Beautiful. Meeting expectations, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 to noon. They're on my Zoom. Here's the link if you need it. Expectations, be on time. We're going to share wins at the beginning of each call. Be participatory, cameras on, come ready to get better. So be ready to grow, be ready to practice, be ready to role play. Did you get the meeting invites?
I'm pretty sure I did, but let me just double check.
I thought I saw you on there because I know I added you, but just make sure they came through to your calendar.
You sent it to my next level email, right?
Oh, because I had sent it out before you sent me your new email, but I can send it to that one as well if you'd like.
Okay. I'm not seeing it, but I'm pretty sure you did send it. So I'm sure I'll find it.
Well, let's just do it. Let's see. I sent it to this last week.
Oh no, there's me. That's my next level email.
Oh, perfect. That one is? I don't think I used that. You got it? Okay. Cool. All right. Sweet. Let's continue on. Alrighty, beautiful. So scripts and offer. We're gonna go through as much of this as we can, but we will go through our sales script and our presentation. So Joey, I'm gonna lean on you for this one too. Beautiful.
Actually, I just double checked. I do not see.
What's the new one? This is the one it sent to.
Oh wait,
What's your other one?
I'm sorry. I just opened the email. I have it. We're-
Okay, you're good. You're good. All
Do
right.
you do you have your Google Calendar linked up to your phone?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I have it set my calendar, it just pops up on my phone and laptop every time you open the calendar. Sweet.
Okay. I'll
Yeah,
set
present-
notifications.
Nice.
Awesome. All right. So this will be our last little section. I think we can get through this all. We'll get through most of it if not. So sales script, presentation, how we kind of run through this. So our presentation is going to look just like this. So when you start out your sales call, we're going to do just like a very brief overview of the sales process. You are going to start with the discovery section, and then you're going to come to this presentation. So with our script, you've seen this because you had it before. We'll practice this, study this. This will be pretty much your only homework. Learn the script, practice, get comfortable with it. So essentially, Joey, we're going to start out, Joey, how's it going? Ready to dive in, blah, blah, small talk, ready to dive in. Cool. Set the purpose of the call. Purpose of today's call, identify your goals with your business, what may be holding you back and leaving you here with a sense of direction. If we feel like NLCA is that sense of direction, I'll extend an invite. If not, we'll refer you out if needed. Sound fair? Great. So essentially, we're just going to preface the call, and then we're going to get into these important things. Now, I'm not going to go through specifics because you are going to get a lot of specific hands-on training here. I just want to keep it general. We are always going to ask why they're here. Why is it important for you to start your online coaching business now? Or why is it important for you to grow your online coaching business now? You will have details about the person before the call, so you'll know kind of where they're starting from in their business journey most of the time. We want to know why they're here. And I don't mean I want to make more money. Cool. Why? Well, I want to travel. Cool. Why? Like, why? What is the deep intrinsic reason you are showing up to this call? Making more money is a great reason, but it's not the reason. What do you want to do with that money? What is motivating you to make more money? What's motivating you to have more free time? What do you want to do with that time? What is the deep reason you are showing up here, spending an hour of your time and potentially investing a shit ton of money to start a business? Why are you here? So spend some time on this. We're gonna go figure out their why.
So at the end of the both VSLs, Chad is like, and here's who we can't help. And basically anyone who's not trying to make an impact in this world. So what if I just talk to someone and they're just like, or maybe this never happens. I just want to make a ton of money. It's like, okay, why? Well, I want my Lamborghini. Why? And they're super selfish and they don't want to help anybody.
Then they're not going to be a good fit.
So if someone's not a good fit during the qualification, do you just say, well, hope you have a wonderful day, and you click off, or do you still try to close them?
No, if somebody's like a really awful fit, you can just say, hey, actually, I love what you want to do. I think that your goals are awesome. They're just not in alignment to what we offer. And I don't think you're really going to get that much out of this program. We want to bring on coaches who do want to make a shit ton of money. They do want to make, have opportunities in their life, but they also want to impact the fitness industry, right? We want to bring on coaches who are genuinely excited about growing in their career and growing in this space. So for where we're at right now, I just don't think we have the most alignment, but I'd love to set you up with a resource and let me know if those change in the future. It's very easy to part ways with that call. Yeah.
Okay. How often does that even happen?
Like, I don't know, 1 out of 100.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Genuinely just horrendous of a lead and they're terrible people, like not often.
Yeah. Okay. I've had a lot of people say, to be honest, my main driver is I want to make loads of money. But then they've gone, but I love helping people and I love impacting. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Well, they're a good fit. But there has been 1 or 2 people who they're like, yeah, I'm thinking of whether to do this or real estate or something else, and they're just only about finances and they don't really care. And they've never really been a good fit, those kind of prospects. But yeah.
And the reason for that is like, could we close them? Maybe, but would they be successful in this program? No. Would they be easy to coach, and would our coaches enjoy working with the student? No. Would they then probably complain about why they weren't successful and then like bash NLCA? Probably. So best to just not, you're going to have very, very seldom people who are just genuinely not a good fit, because we do a really good job at vetting that before the call.
Awesome.
Yeah. So cool. We figured out why they're here. Where are they at currently? We need to know what's their current job. Are they working with clients now? Have they started their coaching business? Is this brand new? Like, where are we at currently? How much money are we making? And there's ways to ask that. We'll get into the details. We're going to do general for now, but where are they at currently? What do they make? What's their job? What's happening? Okay. What's their goal? How much money do they want to make? Why do they want to leave their, their career? A lot of times they'll get on calls with people who have a different 9 to 5. Coaching is a part-time thing, or it's a new thing, but they really, they've always had a passion for fitness and they know they want to make this work, but they absolutely hate their job. That's a great time to spend on, like, why do you hate your job? Like, what was the moment for you that you said, I got to make a change? Because those types of things will be why they pulled the trigger in the end. So what's your goal? How quickly do you want to leave your job? Do you want to make this full-time? Is this part-time? How much money do you want to make? Like, what is on the horizon for you? With this time freedom, financial freedom, those will be 2 things you hear. I want more time. I want more money. What are you going to do with that time and money? I want to travel. Where do you want to go? How quickly do you want to get there? Well, I want more money. Cool. What are you going to spend it on? My kids' college fund. Fuck yeah. Sweet. They go to college in 4 years? We got to make this happen now. So things like that are going to be what we need to build into. What are their challenges? A lot of the times it's, I don't know the online space. I don't know the systems. I don't know the marketing. I don't know the sales strategy, because online is very different than owning a brick and mortar. So your most common challenges are going to be, I don't know how it works. I don't know where to start. I don't like social media, or I'm just not sure how to use it. And finding clients. Cool. We can help you with that. Perfect. Just acknowledging, like, how has this challenge limited you? Or how has, X, Y, and Z problem been affecting your life negatively? What's holding us back? Like, what is it doing to you currently? And then what have they tried? So this, you don't have to directly ask, what have you tried? But, like, have you done anything yet to move this business forward? I know you said social media was a challenge. Have you started posting yet? Have you tried anything to find clients? Have we announced your business? What have we done? How long have we done it for? Why is it or isn't it working? We need to know what they're doing now and to highlight why that's not working for them. And then you kind of, like, feel this out, but if you keep going in this direction, creating the vision, if we keep going in this direction, how is it going to negatively and positively impact your life? So in 6 months from now, if you achieve all these goals, you're making 10K a month, you're doing all the things, what's life going to look like for you? How awesome is it going to feel?
Wait, so real quick, I'm not sure if it was on this script or if it was the first one that you sent me, but it said if they haven't tried on anything, you just skip it and move on. So where does that pick up? Like, if they haven't tried anything, they're brand new.
A lot of times though, I'll ask, like, have you done anything yet? Or is this, like, very evergreen phase 1? Like, well, I kind of post on social media my workouts. I'm like, okay, so we haven't, like, officially tried any marketing. This is kind of like, we're green. So if they haven't done anything, I usually still like to ask something to this degree. Like, I know you're
Okay,
brand
just trying to see.
I sometimes ask, like, have you tried anything, or are we starting completely from scratch? And normally they're like, completely from scratch. I'm like, sweet. Well, look,
Cool.
Good news is there's no bad habits. We don't need to.
Yeah.
It's easier to build new habits than to break bad ones.
Nice.
Yeah, I use that same one. It's like, oh, sweet. Okay, new. That's fine. You don't have any bad habits that we have to break. We're fresh slate, fresh slate. We can move this thing forward. Easy, easy. Beautiful. All right. So paint the vision. What's going to happen if they achieve all these goals in the next 6 to 12 months? What's going to happen if they don't do anything and they're in the exact same spot, 6 to 12 months? Create the pain, create the vision. Beautiful. What is it they feel like they need from us? So do you need a plan? Do you need support? Do you need accountability? Usually I frame this in 2 ways. What are you looking for from a program in order to feel like you can be successful here? Well, I need a plan. I need knowledge. I need a roadmap. I can check all the boxes. I just don't know what to do. Awesome. Love that. We can definitely provide that for you. I know marketing was a big challenge. Do we feel like we need a plan for that? Yes. Great. Part 2, personally, that I ask is, what do you feel like you need from a coach? What's your learning style? What type of support do you need? How do you like to take feedback? Because 2 reasons. 1, we have a lot of coaches that they're going to get matched up to. So we want to make sure we match them with the right person, personality-wise. Number 2, if they say, I want direct feedback, I need, no bullshit, straightforward feedback, that's also how you can challenge that person in the objections, because they told you how they like feedback. So, like, I don't like conflict. I like someone who can be very understanding, very patient. That's going to tell you how far you can push them in their objection handling and how you push them in their objection handling. So I like to figure out what they're looking for from feedback and from a coach, because now I can mirror that in how I handle their objections in the end. I can be whatever they're looking for.
Interesting. So if they're like, I need somebody to push me, then at the end I say, you said you wanted someone to push you. I'm here to push you.
Yeah. I would say, Joe, can I challenge you for a second? I know that this is like a crazy decision and this is a big decision, but I want to take you back to the beginning, that, conversation we had. When we talked about what you were looking for in a program, you said you needed someone to push you. Respectfully, I'm going to be that person right now. I'm going to challenge you, because you deserve more than this. You deserve that life that we envisioned, right? 6 months from now, Joe 2.0. Are you going to settle for this one? No, I'm not going to fucking do that. So I will challenge them based on what they told me they want for feedback. And that is how I will proceed with my objection handling.
I love that.
Yeah, that's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
We never did that? We never talked about that?
I don't recall having that conversation though.
Yeah,
But
no.
we can definitely.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I want to know what
yeah.
they need
Should
from our
definitely do that.
It's like
coaches
subtle
because-
but strong.
but we do have a lot of coaches with a lot of different personality types. So if we don't figure that out, we're also maybe going to put them with the wrong person, because we got some drill sergeants in there and we have some woo-woos, and we don't want a drill sergeant going with a woo-woo coach. We need alignment. So cool. Perfect. This is going to be something you'll learn throughout, right? Where are you starting from? Are you certified? Are you not certified? We offer a nutrition and training certification as part of our curriculum. If they're already certified, we just say, hey, this is optional, but it is, if you're certified with ACE or ISSA, going to allow you to get some CEUs under your belt, but you don't have to go through it by any means. If they're not certified, they probably want this. So make this a highlight. Awesome. I totally get you're not certified. We're going to get you certified completely for free. It's just a bonus we add into our curriculum. So that way you have the confidence you need to work with clients. It's going to cover all things nutrition and training, and then you can show them that in your presentation. Cool. Then we're going to move into the presentation. So usually we tie it off. Awesome. Joe, I think I've got a lot of information. I feel really good about where we're at. What I want to do is share my screen, show you a little bit about NLCA, make sure that you and I have great mutual alignment. If you love this program, we might extend an invitation for you to come on board. If you absolutely fucking hate it, that's okay too. But I want to make sure that you and I have great alignment first and foremost, and then we can kind of go from there. Sound good? Personally, taking the pressure of the sale off before you go into the fun part of the conversation is very, very nice, because if you don't, they're going to be thinking about how much is this going to cost? Holy shit, the entire time you guys talk. We want them thinking about the excitement behind it first. Then we can come back to the serious business. So discovery, presentation, pitch.
So just to be clear though, the taking the pressure off, is that when you said if you totally hate it, totally fine?
Yep. Because
Okay.
in their mind, what's going to happen to the prospect from a psychological perspective of sales, when you say, if you love this program, we're going to talk about next steps. But if you hate it, that's completely fine. Because to be honest, 0% of the people who sit in front of us hate our program. 0%. Nobody is going to get to the end of this call and be like, nah, not what I'm looking for.
Okay.
And that's maybe cocky, but I think it's confident. We have a very good program compared to what they're going to see in the space, 100%. So I've never had anyone get to the end and say, nah, I hate this. You guys suck. They're always like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. This is 100% what I'm looking for, because then they can build the expectation that there's going to be a sale.
So if it was free, everybody would do it.
Everyone would do it. Yep. 100%.
Okay.
I would bet my life on that. Knock on wood. But, you know. All right, presentation. So how this is going to work, I'm going to keep this very brief, but I'm going to present it because we have a lot of slides that are being edited. NLCA, we're Next Level Coaching Academy. We are accredited, and we do have an A rating with the BBB. This is very important to a lot of people. We are accredited with the Better Business Bureau, which is a huge selling point. I don't think any other business coaching programs have a good standing with the BBB. NASM, ACE, ISSA accredited. Our NASM CEUs are just for our master coaching program currently, but we are accredited with all three there, ACE and ISSA for our certified coaching certification. Now, I'm going to keep this brief because certified coach is going to be called 10K Accelerator like in a week. And then we can reapply to be approved by NASM. NASM just didn't like that we use the word certified in our program name.
Okay, so just to be clear, these are college credits accreditation, right?
No. So NASM, ACE, and ISSA are certification companies. They're nationally accredited certification companies. And what that means is they've gone through, if you're going to become like a personal trainer, nutrition coach, anything like that, these are the certifications you look for. These are the companies
CPT.
you're going to go to for your CPT.
Certificate of personal training.
These will be the
Gotcha.
companies.
Also
Okay.
nutrition. Some of them do nutrition as well.
What it means to be accredited with them is that they've gone through our curriculum and said, this is good. I would want my students, or we would want our coaches or our students to go through this program too. And then they get continuing education units to renew their certifications with them.
Got it. Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Is the 10K Accelerator, is the program going to cost 10K then?
No. Our goal is to get them to 10K.
To get them 10K. Got it. Okay.
Yep. And actually, you know what, just because we are going to change some things around, if you want to go through, you've got ACE, there's going to be duplicates of this right here for now, but you don't present like this. A lot of these pages are hidden because we're making adjustments to the next program. So when you present it, you won't see all of these. Does that make sense?
Do you present it on Canva or you download it and then present it?
I usually present it on Canva.
I do on Canva. Yeah.
So NASM, ACE, ISSA, we'll skip that. So right now we have Master Coach and Certified Coach. I'm not going to go through these because we're going to be 10K Accelerator and Master Coach. So right now our barrier to entry for Master Coach is 20K a month. It's going to change to 10. We used to have it 0 to 10 and then 10 and up. And we changed it from 0 to 20 and made our program 6 months instead of 4. And we just don't love it. It's just not serving the clients. It's not serving the business. So we're reverting back to a 4-month program for our 10K Accelerator. And we're going, keeping Master Coach the exact same, but this is going to be 0 to 10K a month.
Okay, I'm a little confused on that.
Yeah. Oh, what is happening?
Yeah, so currently there's 2 programs. The first program is to help them to make 0 to 20K a month. And then there's a Master Coach from 20 to 100, but we're changing it to 10K Accelerator. So instead of 0 to 20, it'll be 0 to 10. And the Master Coach, instead of 20 to 100, will be 10 to 100. Does that make sense?
We offer 2 different coaching programs. So they can join currently our certified coaching program or our master coaching program. Most of our calls will be certified coach because they are making somewhere between 0 to 20K per month. Most of our students are at like the 0 to 2K a month range. So most of our students are brand new to the online space specifically, which is our focus. We only want to help them grow their online business. So most of our students are going to qualify for certified coach. If you get on a call with someone, and you will not take master coaching calls right away, we want you to learn one and then the other. But if you get on a call with someone who's already doing $15,000, $20,000+ $1,000 per month, they're going to qualify for master coach. They have their lead generation down. They have systems down. They have marketing down. There's things that they're already doing that they don't need to learn, which is what we teach in master coach, certified coach. So certified coach, our ideal client here is going to be new or aspiring online fitness coach, making probably 0 to 5K per month, who needs to scale or grow online, but they're new. They need to learn marketing. They need to learn sales. They probably don't have good systems in place. If they're doing 2K, they might only have 5 clients. They probably don't have great delivery systems. Like there's a lot of foundational things that need to be built before they can say they're running a great business. So the goal of our first program is to get that business backbone built, get them to consistently hitting about 10K a month, which is about 25 to 35 clients on a roster, which is a pretty solid roster of virtual clients. Master Coach is for our students who have been online for a while. They have great rosters. They probably have a couple of employees at this point. They probably have a DMer. They probably have an assistant coach who works for them. They're doing well, but they're probably stagnant, right? And they're looking to scale. They're looking to continue growing, and they're looking to delegate. They're probably working a ton. They need to become the CEO, not the doer. So the 2 different programs, certified is going to be our newbies, master coach is going to be, we've got a great business in place, but we need to start to scale and delegate.
So I guess the part that I'm trying to understand too, though, is like, just so I understand when I'm talking to people, that's going from 0 to 20 to 0 to 10. Why is the 0 to 10 better serving the company and the clients?
Because our program, certified coach used to be 4 months, and our goal was to hit 10K consistently within 4 months, which is basically 30 clients in 4 months. Okay. We've made it 6 months. People are tired by the end of 6 months. So we're having a lower ascension.
Got it.
Not as many people are going from certified coach to master coach as they used to. The barrier to entry in master coach is much higher. So we're not getting a lot of great new master coaching students in that program. There's a lot to learn to hit 20K in your business. It's easy to hit a 10K month. It's fucking hard to hit a 20K month. So there's a lot that they're learning, and they're just not getting it done. It's just not happening.
Got it. No, that makes total sense. Yeah.
There's a ton that they need to learn, and it's just, they're tired by the end of 6 months. They're not getting everything done. The other program made a little bit more sense. So
it's a little more, you kind of simplified it down, make it a little bit easier.
Simple process. Okay. Yes. Yep. So certified, this is going to essentially be the same thing. This is just going to say 10K. So the goal is to start and scale your business and get you to 0 to 10K month in just 4 months. Fundamental skills are going to be getting your coaching business off the ground, getting results, grow through outbound marketing, making your first 1 or 2 hires. Now the 1 or 2 hires is going to go away because we're not going to focus on hiring at 10K. Usually we're not focused on hiring until we're above that number anyways. Now you're going to have time in this. I'm not going to go through every single thing, but we will go through this specifically. You'll have the presentation. You'll also have the script, and we just kind of like go through, compare. Now, with our 10K Accelerator or Certified Coach, the support doesn't change. They all get an assigned one-on-one business coach. They meet bi-weekly with that coach via Zoom. They have a game planning call the first week that they join, so they can talk about what their plan needs to be, what they're going to execute with their coach and with their business. They have 5 group call opportunities a week. So we do Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They have 5 opportunities a week. They can go to all of those calls. They can go to one of them. They can go to none of them. It's completely their choice. They're there if the students want to attend. They have text support with their coach 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Coaches are allowed to take the weekends off. To be honest, though, they all pretty much talk to each other every fucking day. So, but they don't have to respond. So we usually set the expectation. They have 24-hour-a-day access to their coach Monday through Friday via text on WhatsApp. We also have a mindset coach, and we have what we call the Zenpreneur method. So Zenpreneur is the ways that we attack imposter syndrome, self-limiting belief, mindset issues in our coaches. Lacey is our mindset coach. She does all of our weekly mindset calls are every Friday. We do monthly breathwork sessions with the students. We do quarterly breakouts. So once per quarter, we kind of see the trend or the themes in mindset challenges, and we'll address that on a separate call. 10:54, look at this, 6 minutes, and these people are already in my Zoom room. Alyssa shows up like 10 minutes early every time.
Always like earlier.
Always. As far as community goes, and what's nice about this is you could just read it from the slides. So you don't really have to memorize this stuff. You're going to have the presentation. There is a private client Facebook group. There's our public group, which anyone can join. And we have a private group just for active students. They have that text support. They have the group support. And we do have a live conference every year. Usually it's 2 to 4, days long. All of our students can come and attend that. It's a great, I would say, business conference essentially. And then resources, they'll have an entire course curriculum. They have their mindset framework methods, and then they have optional support throughout. So we do have a marketing agency. We have agencies we partner with for content creation, ads, and hiring. So if they need assistance in any of those things, they absolutely have those at their disposal. And then they have the coaching certification. So obviously it's a lot to take in. You're going to learn it as you go. I promise it will be easy. And then we have kind of our method. And I don't necessarily read these 150%, but phase 1 is essentially business setup, systems, structure, LLCs. Phase 2 is launch. That's where we create our marketing plan and our sales plan. Phase 3 is the stuff they're going to do every day, like client delivery, program development, sales, continuation of marketing. And then phase 4 would be hiring and outsourcing. So that's essentially the phases that they're going to go through when they work with our team.
Got it.
Questions on that one?
No.
Beautiful. You'll have your master coach program. You can just scroll through those if they're a certified coaching candidate. And then you'll have your recap. So you'll have your recap slide here. After you get through the curriculum, you'll come back to this recap and say, all right, let's recap, because they threw a lot on your plate. It's 6 months. You have your game planning call, one-on-one coach, one-on-one calls, private Facebook group calls 5 days a week, chat with your coach, certification, course material. How we feeling? Beautiful. And then you move into the pitch. Now, I think I'm going to put a pin in it for now and just go through the course curriculum on a different time. But essentially, you would go through the recap of the program. Do we feel like this is exactly what you're looking for? Are we completely bought into this? Do we love this? Do we hate this? How is everyone feeling? And get that kind of soft, yes, I love this. I want this. I need this, right? After the recap, we're just making sure they love this program. We have testimonials. So you can share, usually we share 1 or 2 client testimonials. And you can read through these and kind of learn them a little bit, but we're redoing them. We're getting new ones. It's going to be great. But we have, client testimonials. We have our averages too. This is where most of the power, I think, comes from. 73% of our students who are starting brand new sign their first client in month 1, which is our goal. And the majority of those students get their first client in their first week. Of our students that go full-time in their online business, it takes them 10 weeks to do so. So 10.6 weeks is how long it takes for our average student to quit their 9 to 5. They're starting this business completely from the ground up. How long does it take to where you can support yourself and you don't need to be working anymore somewhere else? That's super powerful, especially for those that hate their fucking jobs and they want to do this full-time. Of our students who hit 10K a month, it takes them 13 weeks to do so. This also is another reason why we condensed back to a 4-month program, because we're hitting 10K before 4 months is up. That makes them ready to move into master coach, better ascension, better mindset. They're ready to go. Our students who stay with us a year, average 97 clients on their roster, and certified coach does get a 4.5 out of 5 as far as client satisfaction. We also have master coaching averages. These are crazy. We have master coaching students who are doing 120K a month in their business. It's bonkers. These are different level human beings. Then you will have your pricing slides. So we'll go through pitch on our next one for sure. But that
Okay.
could be today, if you've got time, we could do more.
Yeah, I've got time today.
Sweet. I've got a couple meetings until like 1:30, but I could pop back on at like 1:30 Central. But where are we at here? So looking at this, the last thing we really wanted to get through is just kind of like the general overview of how we pitch and how we objection handle. It'll be super, super simple. We can, finalize that. And then I will get you and Joey in contact together. Sales training number 2, before we do this official training, I would love for you to shadow maybe 1 or 2 calls. Today's Friday, so maybe Monday we get you to shadow 1 or 2 calls. We do our other training, and then hopefully we can be done training by end of next week, and then have you rocking
Awesome.
the following Monday. That would be the goal. So
You'll
So-
see a good example now as well, by the way, of the pitch, like stepping back from the pitch and all that side of things. I'll take you through that on this training.
yeah, so I will
Awesome.
be with the DMers in the breakouts today. We got a lot to discuss. We got lots to discuss on
Nice.
that thing, let me tell you today.
Oh yeah,
But we are doing call recording in our closer breakouts. You'll kind of see one of the right? You're doing call recording?
yeah, doing call recording. Yeah.
So you'll watch and kind of see a call recording. We kind of pick it apart. What's the good? What's the bad? What's the ugly? What's all the stuff going on? So let me stop recording.